Sugar boom boom, I'm chasing dragon.
Yo, what's up? It is July. I want to say June, but it's not June. It's July 11th, 2022. And it is 8:59 in the morning. Sorry about that, guys. I am bad with dates and times. It's Sunday. I am here. I just got through cleaning the truck. You see my bed is not made back there. That's because I haven't done laundry yet. Just got home yesterday and went grocery shopping and all that great stuff. Spent some time with my wife, so I didn't feel like doing laundry at the time we got through doing grocery shopping, and I decided I wanted to make some time for her. So I showered, ate dinner, and we worked on a jigsaw puzzle together for about a quick second. So it made her tired. So we didn't work on that all. And then we started watching, finished off Stranger Things, which is a good show, by the way. That is what we're going to talk about in this episode. We're going to talk about my week, how it went to crap, and how it's not looking like it's going to be a good week at all as far as how much the truck made. There's some things out of my control that happened, but it is what it is. Sometimes you have those weeks. This week is looking a whole lot better. If I get booked on all the loads I booked for the week. I know that for the beginning of the party, I'm like up against the gun. As far as it's capable that I can get there, but it's close. So I should be able to get there, and then the rest of the week it's easy breezy. But we're gonna talk about my past week, leading up to July, let's say 10th. Yeah, July 10th. So it wasn't, like I said, it wasn't a really fantastic week as far as money-wise. I might make a little bit of money, or this might be the worst check I've ever made since I've been leased to purchase. It all depends on fuel, but it is what it is. So I went to where did I go? I went down to I believe Russellville, Alabama. Leaving out, and I was planning on being out to Saturday because I was like, I just don't want to break even. I want to make some money. And so I told my dispatcher, hey, I'm gonna be out to Saturday, so don't get all, nervous. You see a book load and whatnot for this weekend, and yeah, so. But so I left, went to Russellville, Alabama. Got down there to I believe it was Certain Tea, down in Russellville, Alabama. I've been down there before, pretty cool. Met a awesome driver who's also doing a lease to purchase. His name is Ahmad. Hope I'm pronouncing your name right. Ahmad, if you're watching this video, he is a really cool guy. I got to talk to him, give him some advice on lease to purchase since I'm doing it, and he's doing his trial period where he's not lease to purchase yet, but he's trying out the truck and seeing where they run and everything. And he was really fun, a lot of fun to talk to, a pleasure to talk to. I'm glad he stopped to talk to me, and he was just a lot of fun to talk to. We wind up going to the next place we're picking up a load from down in Alabama. We wind up going to the same place, so he followed me. He followed me over there since he didn't know how to get there, and so he followed me over there. I gave him some advice on how I run, and I know a lot of drivers out there, especially owner ops, and you're leased onto a company and you're competing with other guys for the same loads. I don't like to give a lot of help to other drivers, especially if they're brand new to lease to purchase, and that's a problem right there because look, I'm still get my loads. I'm still get my loads no matter what. But if he's new to the game, I want to help him out. I want to help him survive because I want to see him do good. I want to see that driver very successful in lease to purchase. And the biggest advice I gave him is you got to watch your fuel. At the end of the day, you just got to watch your fuel. You cannot be topping off these tanks every time you get a chance. You just got to put in as much as you need, and if you want to top off the tanks, you just got to be okay with taking all the money that you get from a load and just throwing that right into the tank, which I've done that before on a short week when I was like, I'm not going to make any money, so I might as well get a full tank out of it. So Ahmad was a great driver to meet. I got his cell phone number. I might text him at some time this week. But he was, I can't say it enough. He was really an outstanding guy to talk to, pleasure to talk to. He had a lot of questions. I answered them. Like I said, I don't mind helping out the next driver. Because you know what, they run different from me. I run different from them. I prefer getting up at 3 in the morning, get my day started, and I try to keep that the same all week. And am I successful at that all week? No. Am I shooting for that all week? Yes. So met him. We went over to Woodstock, got loaded. Then I left Woodstock before him because I got in the door before him. Ahmad had 10 hours left to drive, so he could make it all the way up to Ohio if he wanted to. I don't know if he, did or not. I don't know how far he went, but I definitely, if I was him and was driving my clock out, would probably shut down before you get over the river going through Cincinnati, because there ain't no getting through there on a tight clock with traffic the way it is up there. So I had only 8 hours and 27 minutes, and he had more time because he drove to the receiver the day before and did his 10-hour break at the receiver, whereas I shut it down at a Love's because I wanted to get a shower the next morning because it was so hot. I shut it down at a Love's about 30 minutes away from the receiver. So fortunately, he had more drive time than I did. I wish I did have that drive time. I would have went home and did my 10-hour break. But it doesn't matter. I wouldn't have made it home that night anyway, because I had to decide if I was going to attempt to get through Nashville, Tennessee, up into Kentucky with rush hour traffic, or do I just want to call it quits right now and start my day early and get through Nashville before traffic starts, and get through there and then get through Louisville at a decent time. And then the only traffic I would have had to worry about was the traffic up in Cincinnati. So I was like, So I called it quits at that Love's. I was at a Love's down in Columbia, Tennessee. Now that day I got through driving. I was like, perfect. It's about 5 o'clock. I'm going to get up early, get rolling at 3. And so I was doing my thing. I was tightening up the truck. Straightening up the truck. Because it was like Thursday was my Wednesday. I usually do that on Wednesday where I tidy up the truck and clean it out Sunday. So I tidied it up, wipe it down with some Clorox wipes, and I de-shed Bear, which he's not here. He's at home chilling with my wife and his sisters. So he's not on the truck with me right now. But so I de-shed him, brush his teeth, and wipe him down with a baby wipe to keep him smelling good. He hates that, but it don't smell like a dog on here, I tell you that right now. So I de-shedded him. I usually de-shed him in the middle of the week, so I de-shed him, and boy, did he shed like a fiend. Man, You could, if you would see my truck, there was fur all over the floor, everywhere, just everywhere. As soon as you open the door, all you gonna see that come out that door is just nothing but fur. It's just come out in your face. Poof. It's gonna be your face. It's gonna be your face. That's the picture that. So I got most of the fur out. Of course, from the dog shed, you can't get it all, but I got majority of it. So yeah, I did that, and then when I was taking my trash out, I took a look at the trailer tandem tire, and I noticed the rear on the left side, the rear single, super single, has lost all of its tread. The tread is completely gone. I was like, oh my god. I was like, shit. Man. I was like, this is just screwing up my evening, screwing up my plans to get it going in the morning. It's screwing it all up. So I was like, oh my god. So I went. I was like, I was lucky to make it. I drove pretty far with the tire like that. I don't know how I made it to Columbia, Tennessee with the tire being like that. But it was like that when I got there parked. So I was like, oh, okay. I got off the phone. I was talking to my wife at the time. And she's like, wait till the morning to get it fixed. I said, I can't. It's going to make the load extremely late. And I would all for that if I had time to sit around and do that, but I didn't have time. Load was due at 11:59 the next day, so I got off the phone with her, called after hours dispatch, and told them, hey, this is what I got going on. Told them where I was at, and then I went inside Love's and told them, hey, I got a trailer super single that needs to be changed out, and it's lost its tread. And they're like, they gave me the trailer number, and he's like, who's gonna be paying for it? I said, Thomas Keller. Since it's on the trailer, I don't pay for that, which is, thank God. We're gonna get that. We're gonna get to real talk more about that super single being replaced and how much it costs in my tip of the week. Alright, because it's crazy. It's crazy. So, unfortunately, I had to get the tire fixed during my 10-hour break. So I PC'd, and once they called me about 3 hours later, I PC'd back into the bay. I'm telling you, by the time I got to the bay, that thing was down to the rim. I was like, if I would have drove on that, I would have been on the side of the road waiting for roadside, assistance, and then doing my 10-hour break on the side of the road. So I keep getting lucky with these tires. So I got it fixed, and I didn't get much sleep that night. I knew I wasn't. I had to keep waking up, and then after I got in the bay, somebody else took my parking spot. So the time I got out, now that evening, I had to create my own spot. How you doing? I got woken up again at 3 in the morning, at 3:30 in the morning, which I was like, I could get going, but I still feel tired. So I went back to sleep until like 5 o'clock. Woke back up, got rolling. Needless to say, I made it extremely late. I was supposed to be there at Lima, Ohio, 11:59 that day. I didn't get there until like 2 that afternoon. And maybe 2 or 3, one or two. And I did my drop and hook, and then I headed after Lima, I also went to Archibald, Ohio, which is about an hour up the road. And my dispatcher calls me that day. He's like, man, I forgot to tell you, but we're gonna route you into the terminal. You need to talk to safety about some safety videos they want you to take a look at and talk about. And which I do. I now know what safety videos those are. They sent me 2 safety videos over a month ago, and I both still watched it, and I never did. I kept making a mental note, watch it. Time I get through driving, I forget about it, and then yeah, that's that. I won't want to worry about it anymore. But I know the 2 videos they're talking about. So I'm like, okay, that's fine. So I went to I was at Lima, I was supposed to go to the Defiance. So I went up to Defiance anyway, but on the way, I get calls like, oh, that Georgia load got pushed to Monday. And I'm like, oh my God, this is gonna screw up my week. And it did. It screwed up my week royally because that load was paying $2,100, and that was going to be my saving grace for the week. That was going to be my saving grace, and that was going to save that week. They were going to split it, and I was going to get a decent amount off of that. I probably got like 6, 7, maybe 1,000 off of that. Probably 1,500 at the most, which would have saved that week, but unfortunately, it got pushed to Monday, and I almost told him, hey, look, keep it on me. I'll go home empty. I'll drive up there. But I was like, I don't want to drive no 3 hours up the road to go pick that load up to go down to Georgia. There ain't nothing down in Georgia. God must have been on my side because he said, you don't need to be going down to Georgia. We're going to have that load pushed. Like, we're going to make it so you can't pick it up, so... God must have been on my side there, so you don't need to be down in Georgia. There ain't nothing coming out of there. So I'm like, okay, whatever. It is what it is. So that screwed up my whole week. My whole week got screwed up because of that load. It was like, dispatcher that was, I guess, standing in for my dispatcher called me and said, hey, here's my options. I got a sibling in Kentucky that she can pick up and go through a 34-hour reset on, deliver it on Monday. And I'm like, okay, just put me on it. I don't care. I was gonna get my reset in. So I went and picked that up. Stayed at the terminal that night. Didn't get to go see safety because the time I got there it was 5 o'clock. Everybody was gone. So I will make an attempt to go see them again this week while I'm up there near the terminal. I gotta go pick up a load up there near the terminal, so I might stop in and see what they got to say and keep it moving and get that over with. So yeah, I'm not perfect. I get dinged for stuff, but yeah. So I made it home yesterday. Let me tell you, I told my wife, I asked my wife, I said, hey, is it okay if I stay out to Saturday to make some good money? And she goes, yeah, that's fine. Do what you got to do. And then that whole week turned out, it wasn't even worth staying out to Saturday. I should have just went home Friday. Coming off the holiday, I was like, okay, I stayed home Monday, left out Tuesday. Let me stay out to Saturday and make some really good money. And just go home for literally just a 34-hour reset, and I was okay with doing that, and it just didn't work out that way. So I say I learned my lesson for the second time. Don't stay out to Saturday. There's no other. You're not gonna make no more money than what you're gonna make if you're home on Friday. So don't stay out to Saturday. I won't be doing that again. I won't be doing that ever again. I even called my dispatcher, and I'm glad he turned me down, but I did call him Thursday and say, hey, I got another story for you guys. I said, hey, if you got anything that needs to be covered real quick that I can go deliver real quick, I don't mind doing it. And he said, no, we don't got nothing. Now I know he didn't look because he made the decision too quick. So And I'm like, I'm pretty sure they got something that needs to be covered, but whatever. I don't care. It wouldn't have worked out anyway with that tire going flat on me, having to get it replaced and leaving out late the next day to deliver that load. I wasn't going to have time to do anything else anyway, so whatever. It is what it is. The other thing that went wrong last week is because I went home and did my 10-hour break at home. Was it Wednesday or Thursday? Wednesday, I believe. And for some stupid reason, I took my wallet home with me. I don't know why I didn't leave my wallet at home. I wasn't going to the store or anything like that. So I don't know why I took my wallet home with me. I wasn't going out that evening or nothing. I should have left it on the truck. So I took my home, did my 10-hour break, and I left out the next morning. And I headed down to Alabama. And I didn't realize I didn't have my wallet until I got down to Alabama. When I was thinking about, man, I got to fuel tomorrow with this load, and I'm looking around where I usually stash my wallet, and it's not up there. So I called my wife. I said, hey, is my wallet still there? She's like, yep, it is. I'm like, oh, shit. My wallet's at home. It's got my fuel card in there. It's got my Loves, my TA. It's got my debit. It's got everything in there. My CDL's in there. And I'm like, oh my God, how am I going to fuel tomorrow? So the next day comes by, and I go pick up the next load, and I went to Pilot, because I got the Flying J app, and I got the fuel card attached to that app. So I went to that Flying J, and tried to use the app to do the mobile fueling. And for whatever reason, the app wasn't working. So I go inside and Pilot. Well, actually, I called my dispatcher. I was like, let me get ahead of the game. I call my dispatcher and get a Q check. And he says, okay, what's the Q check number you got? I'm like, holy snap. I told him, looking all over the truck. I was like, there ain't no Q checks on here. I was like, oh my God, this is not going good. So I go inside the Pilot. I told my dispatcher I'm about to go to the Pilot to get a Q check. And so I go inside the Pilot to get the Q check, and there's this new guy. I guess he's new. But I walked, he addressed me. I said, hey, I need a Q check. He says, okay, what pump you're on? I was like, I don't even know what pump I'm on right now. I said, I just need a Q check. He's like, well, I need to know what pump you're on to know what, to type it in or whatever. I said, all I need is a Q check. I was like, I gotta get an access code from my dispatcher for the check number, and all I need is a Q check. And he's not listening to me. He's not listening to me like, oh, okay, well, I need to know what fuel, let me know what fuel number it is, what fuel pump it is, and we'll get you going. I was like, no, I just need a Q check. And so he grabs the EFS check, and I was like, no, I need a Q check, not an EFS, a Q check. And then, he's not listening to me at all. He's talking to his other co-worker about the whole situation, and there's another truck driver standing next to me. I said, what am I doing? Speaking a foreign language here? And he was like, yeah, he must be new. I'm like, thinking he's new, but he ain't listening to a word I'm saying, so the other guy comes over. I tell him, hey, I need a Q check. He starts to hand me an EFS check. I say, no, I need a Q check. And I'm like, then he finally realized, after asking him again, I was like, no, I need a Q check. He's like, oh, you need a Q check. I'm like, yeah, that's what I've been asking for the last 5 minutes. He was like, oh, we're out of the Q checks. I'm like, oh, okay. And I'm like, is it at every Pilot or Flying J? He goes, man, I don't know. You have to drive to the next one and find out. So I was like, okay, fine. I'll go to Love's. So I drove up to Love's, 82 miles away. Drove up to a Love's, pulled in the fuel island, go inside, asked for a Q check. They said, oh, it's all done digitally now. I'm like, oh my God, what is going on with society? What is going on with society, y'all? I can't even get a Q check from a Love's, which Love's is like the go-to place to get. They usually have it, calm data, EFS, Q check, whatever you name it, they got it. Well, no, they got it, but it's all digital, and my company is not digital yet. They haven't updated to that part yet. They haven't upgraded to that level yet. So I left there. I said, okay, let me try Flying J or Pilot one more time. I'm gonna try the mobile fueling app. Drove to another Pilot about 12 miles up the road from there. And thank God the mobile fueling app worked. And I was able to get fuel. And then on my way to making a delivery up to Lima, Ohio, I stopped at the house to pick up my load. Then I pick up my wallet. Then I left out. Got a 30-minute break out of the way. Left out. Dude, I almost got into an accident going back to the interstate because there was a detour because they had the road blocked off to the street I usually take to go home. So instead of making a right on that road, I went straight, and the light was out, so you had to treat it as a full-way stop. So I keep going. I go straight, and I'm about to make a right onto this residential road. I'm going back the way I came, back to the interstate, and I had to go into the swing out left to make this right turn. And I kid you not, there was this black car. Now, I had my blinker on for like the longest, letting everybody know, hey, look, this is my 10. I'm making a right lane, a right turn on the street. Man, this idiot literally tried to take all that right lane, and he tried to race me to that turn. And he didn't stop until he realized finally I'm making that right turn, and the trailer is coming, like literally about to hit his car. Like he had to slam on the brakes and let me make the turn. But that would have been his fault. But I'm like, jeez, oh, peace, man. What the heck is going on with these idiots around? I don't like driving through that area because of that stuff happens all the time. They drive high through there. They drive high on pot through there. So, it's a really bad part of town. But they drive high through there all the time. They make stupid decisions, and that was a stupid decision. And 9 times out of 10, they don't have insurance. So, yeah, that would have been my situation. But anyway, so I got there, made the delivery, and yeah, so I already told you I went to the Defiance, did a 10-hour break up there, and then drove home Saturday morning. So, with that being said, my week was wrecked, and next week is going to be a whole lot better week than this past week was, which is, thank God. Alright, so time for my tip of the week. So, my tip of the week, guys. I know there's drivers out there switching to the super singles. And I'm going to give you one reason why not to. Because when I got that trailer fixed, went to a Love's, got it fixed. To get that one super single, just one super single change or repair or replace cost $1,100. Literally $1,100. The tire itself costed $937, along with their fees and their freaking labor charge. $1,100 for just one tire. If there's any reason not to get a super single, is because it's $1,100. That's expensive. I'm glad I didn't have to pay for that. I'm glad there's no super singles on my drives, because man, we're talking about, I'll say easily $8,000 if you had to replace, let's say if you had to replace all your super singles on your drives. You're talking about at least $8,000 minimum to replace those tires. And that's just crazy expensive. So my tip of the week, try to stay away from those super singles. So when they blow, it's not cheap. It's not cheap to get those replaced. It's expensive. Like I said, just one tire costs you $937. Think about that. If you have 4 tires all the way around, that's a lot of money. And I'm sorry, they can keep those. They can keep those. It's bad enough I had to deal with them on the trailers. Put it this way. For $1,100, you can buy you 2 dual tires and get those replaced and put on for about the same price. Because a dual tire right now will cost you about anywhere $400 to $500. So for $1,100, yeah, you could probably get 2 dual tires. So they're upper charging you for equivalent of 2 dual tires for just 1 tire. Dude, that's my tip of the week. Stay away from those super singles. I'm glad I'm not Keller when it comes to having to replace those, because if I was, I think I'd do away with the super singles. I don't see how much. I know they're supposed to save money on fuel, but I don't. When you have to pay $1,100 to save 0.02% on fuel, it doesn't really equate to, hey, this tire is gonna pay for itself eventually. You're losing money on that. So I would stay away from super singles. I do not want a truck with super singles. So yeah, that's my tip of the week. Stay away from super singles. Guys, this is gonna be the end of my video. I gotta go home, get the dogs a bath, gotta shave my head, got laundry to do, got meal prepping to do. Today is a busy day, and I gotta go home and get all that stuff done, because I gotta be in bed at a decent time tonight, because I can get up extremely early tomorrow to get this load delivered on time. And I'm fine with that. So if you like this video, you like my content, hit the like button. Got any questions, comments, concerns, put it in the comment section. Hit the subscribe button. And until next week, guys, you guys have a good week. Just keep the sunny side up and the rubber side down.